Hey, it's Paige. It's July 31st, 2013. I uploaded my last video only about a week ago. And I want to thank everybody. Got a lot of comments from people saying they'd missed me and they were glad that the delay in my posting another video was due only to the fact that life was progressing nicely. Not that anything bad had happened. And so many of you, Shay and Lee and others, who have been with me for quite a while, it was very edifying for me to know that you were happy to see me back. There were some questions people asked, and the one that was asked most frequently was, what were the surgeries that I was referring to in my last video about still wanting to have surgeries? What was in store, if you will. And I thought I would answer that now because it's something I've been thinking about a lot and something which I still haven't resolved. Not for the reasons that people might think that one would hesitate. Mine is different. Trying to think how to start this. Well, let me start by saying my age is that, I've always admitted I was a mature girl, but actually I'm 65. I'm almost 65 and a half. And that my age weighs in a lot in how I want to live the rest of my life. My life as a man was difficult, but not necessarily unhappy. I've been married to multiple women, all wonderful, all very sweet women. And I've known a lot of love in my life. I've been a parent, father. I've had a good life. I've had a good life, and I've had a lot of love in it. And I'm not sure that I'm looking for another romance or relationship like I've had in the past. I'm not sure that I'm looking for a partner of either gender. I have a full life now with my volunteer work, and there's so many people in my life through my fellowship program and my volunteer work. And I know I'm loved. I know I'm loved. My age also distracts me or dissuades me from having facial feminization surgery. I don't think I need it to pass as a woman. I pass every day. People, even if they, through my voice I think mainly, read me as a transgendered woman, I'm comfortable being a transgendered woman. In my own mind, I see a woman when I see my image, and I think most people do. So wouldn't be done for purposes of passing or allowing me to see a feminine image when I look at myself. I already do that. And I don't want to look too young for my chronological age. I mean, emotionally, I'm my age. Emotionally, I'm comfortable around contemporaries. If I were to have a partner, it would be someone who is close in age to myself, and I'm not necessarily interested in looking 10 or 20 years younger than my partner, if I were to have one. The other thing is that I'm very close to my children, and they both accepted me as a transgendered woman, their father. They both call me Dad. And I really don't have any impression, I don't want to change my appearance so much that I no longer look like the person that they associated, that they grew up with their parent. I want to be their parent. I want to look like their parent to them. I don't want to look that different. And the same with my brothers, my two brothers, who were very nice to me, have been supportive and loving. And they will never see their brother again. This is what they'll see. But at least I think in me, they can see their brother in me. And I wouldn't want to suddenly come back, look like Doris Day. Or something like that. You know, I mean, I want to look like myself. And I'm probably going to be going to my 50th high school reunion in a couple years, 3 years, I think it is. And I want people to recognize me. I don't want to look like somebody they've never met, because I'm not going there to dazzle them with my feminine beauty. I'm going there to reconnect with them and talk about our youth and our childhoods and high school together. And so I want to look like who they think I am, or who they think I was, or whatever. But so, facial feminization surgery is out. I would like to have breast augmentation and bottom surgery. In order to do that, I would probably have to get a full-time job. I am lucky enough to have a nice retirement, which is more than enough for me to be comfortable on. It allows me to do the volunteer work I do in my fellowship, besides my fellowship meeting, to do the volunteer work I do there, which is largely outreach type thing. It also allows me to be a volunteer at the Gender Identity Center, which is of Colorado, which is very important to me. I'm the director of outreach there, and so I go to most of the Pride events and other events here in the Mountain States to represent the GIC, to hand out literature, tell people what we can do for them, what our services are, and I enjoy that. And to me, it's important that my mother always felt and always told us that you had to leave more than you take, and she was always very active in volunteer work, and so it just seems very natural to me to want to be doing that. And at my age, I mean, there's so many young people out there. Things have changed, you know, from when I was a child. Being transgender now in high school is not uncommon. Being acknowledged as being transgender is high school, and the younger and younger children are being recognized as transgendered and given the option to be raised in the gender they're most comfortable in. And I like to think that the Gender Identity Center of Colorado can make a big difference in those children's lives. And in many ways, those transgendered men and women of the future would be somewhat of my legacy. That sounds pretty highfalutin, but I really do. I'm not sure what my calling is, if you want to put it that way. I'm not trying to be overly religious and stuff, but I do think that I need to pay back what I've been given, which is so very, very much, both in my sobriety and in my ability to live as a woman. The support I got from trans women in Washington and Denver, to be able to give it back. It's very important to me. So I have two choices. On one hand, getting the surgeries and being complete and that much more confident in myself as a woman, but on the other hand, to continue to do the volunteer work I do that I find so rewarding and so fulfilling and meaningful. So I'm not sure which path I'm supposed to take. I think I have two. I see the issue as being two good options. I really just need to figure out, or try to realize which one God wants me to do. So, decided to talk about this because I've been asked. I didn't want to just name the surgeries because the surgeries I was interested in, because I've always tried to be open here about who I am and what my thought process was as I went through my transition. I know I've told you before I was scared, and I told you before that I needed more faith, and this may be a time I need more faith, but we'll see. But it's all good. It's all good. And I'm a very lucky girl, and I'm a very lucky person. And I consider myself very lucky to have all you viewers who comment on my videos in my life. You've been a big part of my transition being successful, and I appreciate it. And I want everybody to stay pretty. I plan to, and life is an adventure, and it's fun, and I love you all. Bye-bye.